But we're going to start with the minister in the eye of a storm. Giriraj Singh, union minister in the Narendra Modi government, finds himself in the midst of a controversy yet again. This time for what is clearly being seen as a sexist and racist remark against Congress President Sonia Gandhi. He said that she's been accepted as the Congress president only because her color is white. And would she have been accepted if she was Nigerian? While Giriraj has now regretted his comments, the Congress says it will settle for nothing less than his resignation. That's the usual political tu-tu meh-meh. The fact is, Giriraj is not the only BJP neta to have embarrassed the party, or indeed the only neta to make sexist comments. The Goa chief minister has also added to today's Hall of Shame.
राजीव गांधी कोई नाइजीरियन लेडीज से ब्याह किए होते, गोरी चमड़ा ना होता तो क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी उसको नेतृत्व स्वीकारती क्या?
Giriraj Singh is at it again, this time launching a racial attack on Congress boss Sonia Gandhi. The jibe at Sonia evoking sharp reactions, the Congress calling Modi's ministers a national shame, demanding that Prime Minister Modi sack Giriraj Singh. But the clarification convincing nobody. Giriraj, not the only embarrassment for the BJP. Massive anger over the Goa Chief Minister's alleged dark skin advice for protesting nurses. A delegation of nurses had met the Goa Chief Minister on Tuesday with their demands, but they claim that they only got sexist jibes from Laxmikant Parsekar. He allegedly advised nurses that they should not stage hunger strike in the sun as it will make them dark and ruin their marital prospects. Giriraj Singh and Laxmikant Parsekar, by no means the only politicians who have been caught publicly objectifying women. Question is, who will rein in India's misogynist netas and when? With Rohit Singh in Patna, Shujoy, headlines today.
Okay, let's bring you the Netas Hall of Shame. That's what we've called them when it comes to their remarks. Sharad Yadav, of course, always making the news not too long ago, said women of the South are dark, but they are as beautiful as their bodies. We don't see it here. They know dance. That was Sharad Yadav in Parliament not too long ago. Let's take a look at who else is in our Hall of Shame today. Jitan Ram Manjhi, former CM of Bihar. You never know what your wife does behind you if you leave the state for finding work. This is Mr. Jitan Ram Manjhi of Bihar. It appears that Bihar leaders particularly susceptible to this problem. Then, of course, Abhijit Mukherjee, Congress MP, son of Pranab Mukherjee, dented, painted women protesters, went to discotheques and then turned up to express outrage. This was soon after the Delhi Braveheart rape incident. Take a look at who else is in our Netas Hall of Shame. Mulayam Singh Yadav. Rural women cannot get ahead in life because they are not attractive. This is Mulayam Singh Yadav, the rural neta, talking about rural women. These are some of our netas in the Hall of Shame. Sri Prakash Jaiswal, formerly of the former Congress minister, says when a wife becomes old, she loses her charm. This is Sri Prakash Jaiswal. These are our netas, as I said, who we are saying are in the Hall of Shame. Let's then put up that big question. Giriraj's outrageous comment. Is the regret enough in the first place? Then, of course, will India ever celebrate dark is beautiful? I'm going to raise both those questions. So I'm going to speak to politicians and we'll speak to women as well who feel strongly about this. I'm joined first by the politicians. I'm joined by Sharmishta Mukherjee. She is a Congress leader now and contested the Delhi elections, daughter of Pranab Mukherjee, the President of India. I'm also joined by Sudhanshu Mittal of the BJP. He has much to defend today. Also joining me, Madhu Kishwar, activist and editor of Manushi. Anna Vetikar, journalist, is with me here. Also joining me are those who've actually done the Dark is Beautiful campaign. Kavita Emmanuel, campaigner for Dark is Beautiful, joins me. And Malishka is a very popular radio jockey there in Mumbai. I appreciate all of you joining us. My first focus is on the politicians. So I'm going to ask you, Sudhanshu Mittal, are you today going to say and accept that Giriraj Kishore's statement, and if I were to read it out again to you in Hindi, Rajiv Gandhi koi Nigerian lady se vivah kiya hote, गोड़ी चमड़ी ना होती तो क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी उनको नेतृत्व स्वीकारती? If Rajiv Gandhi had married some Nigerian lady, if she wasn't white, would the Congress party have given her its leadership? This is the great Mr. Giriraj Singh of your party. Should he just express regret or do more?
Rajdeep, first, nobody can accept the statement. Nobody can approve of the statement. And so Mr. Giriraj himself is not approved of his statement. That is the reason why he's expressed regret. That's fundamental to it. In fact,
why isn't he pulled up publicly? Why hasn't Narendra Modi or Amit Shah pulled up the minister publicly? Why only sources said? Why can't we have a public criticism, not just by Sudhanshu Mittal, but by the Prime Minister and the BJP President? That would set an example. And this is not the first time Mr. Giriraj Singh has been found making comments that are offensive.
No, Rajdeep, let's limit ourselves to this, because you know what has happened is increasingly across the political spectrum, there have been statements which have been made by all. I mean, I'm surprised that you missed out on the statement of Mr. Digvijay Singh. Tanch mal, 100% tanch mal. Calling a woman a mal was the most offensive thing I had ever heard. That should also have been shown here. Anyway, that's not important. Across the spectrum, there have been insensitive, derogatory remarks which cannot be acceptable by any political establishment or any polity of this country. One.
Yeah. Okay.
Secondly, in the case of Mr. Giriraj, there's just one caveat I have. While, as I said, we cannot approve, we strongly disapprove of the statement. There's just one caveat. You see, a private conversation is different than a public discourse. If he had made this statement as a public discourse, I would have been the first one to ask for his immediate
So it's an
dismissal from
off-the-record.
the
He is saying it's an off-the-record conversation which has been caught on through a smartphone.
Not only off the record.
Someone has been smart enough to catch what he says on a
not only off the
smartphone.
record.
So you're saying if he had made it publicly,
So what I'm saying
openly, it is different to making a private statement.
I would have demanded his dismissal.
You would have demanded his dismissal if he had made it public. Okay, that's interesting that you would have demanded his dismissal if he had made it publicly. But Sharmishta Mukherjee, you know, the Congress, just a minute, the Congress is taking the moral high ground. Digvijay Singh wants Giriraj Singh to resign. Let's be clear. Sanjay Nirupam called Smriti Irani a nachne wali. No resignation was asked for. Nachti hai, gati hai. Your own brother, Abhijit Mukherjee, spoke about dented, painted women. He didn't have to resign from his MPship. Suddenly the Congress is discovering the moral high ground and suddenly finding misogynistic ministers on the other side.
And Tanchmal, Digvijay Singh says...
And Digvijay Singh's Tanchmal. Okay, Digvijay Singh's Tanchmal. Yes, Sharmishta.
Hello. Firstly, I could hear something about Abhijit. Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes. You see, when my brother Abhijit Mukherjee made that statement, if you recollect that I was one of the first person to come out and openly condemn him. So I definitely don't condone this kind of behavior.
I didn't hear Sonia Gandhi publicly condemn. I didn't hear Sonia Gandhi publicly condemn your brother. Why didn't I hear Sonia Gandhi publicly condemn your brother?
Please let me finish.
Yes.
Mr. Giriraj Singh,
yes.
You know, he has been habitually making these kind of absolutely atrocious, offensive comments. And secondly, he is a minister. He is a union minister, and this is not only just a sexist comment, it's an extremely racist comment, which really creates a problem of India in terms of it has put India in a very, very diplomatically embarrassing position.
I will come to the racist angle, but you didn't answer my question.
And the senior BJP leadership, again and hello.
You didn't answer my question.
They had been making these kind of statements, you know, whether it's Sakshi Maharaj asking, you know, women to produce 4 children as if they are just a machinery to produce children, whether our Goa Prime Minister, you know, Goa Chief Minister, he has got very defined idea of how women should look, including Mr. Giriraj Singh. So, you know, these kind of one statement or the other, you know, these are people, they are not just member of parliament. One is the chief minister, Mr. Khattar, before he became the Haryana chief minister. You know, he said that women are to be blamed if they are raped.
Ma'am, before I widen
so
this...
these are not just member of parliament, these are just, you know, ministers, chief ministers who are making these kind of statements.
Okay, so you're saying they're ministers. Are we saying therefore the rules for an MP like your brother and Sanjay Nirupam are different to a minister? Are the rules different for a minister and the rules are different for a member of parliament? If a Sanjay Nirupam makes a statement or Abhijit Mukherjee makes a statement?
First, when Mr. Sanjay Nirupam made that statement, I think he was in Shiv Sena. After coming to Congress, he
was very much in the Congress party.
I would definitely like to believe that.
Okay, look, I just want to first settle the political argument before I widen it to the ladies.
It is also
just a minute, ma'am.
Rajdeep, who makes the statement? My making a statement, a member of my parliament making a statement is different. A member of parliament making a statement, a minister making a statement is different. And a minister making a statement, a prime minister making a statement. So there is different degree of intensity of that, of the impact.
Okay, hold on. Sudhanshu Mittal, let's be clear. The fact is, to some extent, Giriraj Singh, I don't know why I keep calling him Giriraj Kishore. Giriraj Singh is a serial offender. Before the elections, he said, those who want to stop Narendra Modi from being Prime Minister should go to Pakistan. After the elections, he said, terrorists come from only one community. Now he speaks about women in this manner, and there is a racist edge to what he says. It's not just sexist, it is pure racism at one level. There is a racist edge to what he said today, which is why he's a minister. And the point Sharmishta Mukherjee is making, as a minister, he has to have a different standard to even a member of parliament or an ordinary citizen.
Rajdeep, I would agree with you 100% if he had made a public statement. I have no debate on that. I mean, a minister making a public statement of this kind would certainly deserve all condemnation. But this is just a private conversation, which has been clandestinely recorded and aired, which is unfair. Okay. Because these are not the standards which the media has been adopting elsewhere also. Okay, but having said so, that my case is different. My case is, look, there are indiscretions, there are offensive statements across the political spectrum. It is time that we all come together, because this shames the entire polity. It's not one party or B party. As I just illustrated, a Digvijay Singh calling a woman 100% tons mal is so perverse.
You've said that now twice. Hold on, Sudhanshu. Sudhanshu ji, hold on. Narendra Modi also spoke about Shashi Tharoor's late wife as a 50 crore girlfriend. So, we can go on speaking about the way our politicians discuss women in their public life, and that's what I want to ask the other four guests of my panel. Sudhanshu Mittal, Anna Vettigard said this is a private conversation. A private conversation which has been clandestinely recorded by someone on a smartphone should not attract this kind of opprobrium.
Well, firstly, irrespective of whether it's a private conversation or a public statement, it is a reflection of his attitude. Secondly, because Mr. Sudhanshu Mittal is repeatedly saying, these are statements that have come from parties across the board, I'd like to point out to him that that is something you and I, Rajdeep, have a right to say as journalists. He has no business saying that. He should be just expressing condemnation for the statement by Mr. Singh. Because since he was pointing out to you that there are loopholes in your hall of shame, I'd like to point out to him that he has forgotten that the present Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, during the 2004 general election campaign, had called Sonia Gandhi a cow. How much more sexist can you get? The Vishwa Hindu Parishad's Praveen Togadia had referred to Sonia Gandhi as an Italian bitch during one of the election campaigns. Can it get worse than that?
Are you saying that this is sexist? Someone sent me an SMS. Should Sonia Gandhi only feel offended? Should Nigerians feel offended today? Do you believe it's directed against Sonia Gandhi, the individual, or women in general?
Well, firstly, of course, it is directed at women.
Or African people.
Well, firstly, it's directed at women in general, Rajdeep, because, of course, on the face of it, it is only a racist comment. But let's be very clear about it. Sure, India has a fair skin obsession, but there are many light-skinned men in this country. Have you ever heard a senior politician making a comment about how ex-chief minister of such and such state is light-skinned and therefore he managed to get his position? So please, let's not dilute the sexism.
Okay, there's a sexism part, there's a racism edge, but there will be those, Madhu Kishwar, who will say this is also the way the BJP sees Sonia Gandhi. This is how they view her. So there is a sexist edge, there is a racist edge, and there's a personal edge because it involves Sonia.
No, Rajdeep, I think even at the risk of sounding politically incorrect, I would say I have heard numerous people, including people like you and me and Congress people, make an identical comment that had Sonia Gandhi not been a European, not been white-skinned, they would never have accepted her.
No, hold on. I was told, hold on, Madhu Kishwar. Madhu Kishwar, are you saying, and this is what my producer told me, you told her, just a minute. Madhuji, I was told that you told our producer on the phone that you believe that we are being excessively politically correct, that tomorrow if Mayawati was in the position of Sonia Gandhi, Congress would not have accepted her because she is dark-skinned. Do you really believe that?
I'm absolutely convinced that if Sonia were not European and not white-skinned, she wouldn't have this special status. I've heard congressmen say it, not once, not twice, but numerous times over the last 10, 12 years. I think we are needlessly making a mountain.
The Congress has had dark-skinned leaders.
People like you and
no, 1 minute. The Congress has had dark-skinned leaders. Let's be clear. Let's be clear, Madhu Kishwar. Madhuji, the Congress has had dark-skinned leaders. The BSP has accepted Mayawati as their leader. Let's not now say that Sonia Gandhi has become the Congress president and accepted as Congress president only because she's European. Surely that's stretching it, Madhu Kishwar.
No, what am I saying? I'm not saying this is my opinion. I'm saying I have heard numerous congressmen say, use identical words. I have heard people like you, many people in the media, say it in identical words.
I haven't said
it's
it.
A very
I haven't said it. So
sentiment.
Please speak for yourself, ma'am. Please do not speak for me. That's very unfair. I take your point though, that you believe that there is an element of political correctness that we are a prisoner of. However, these statements in the manner in which they've been made clearly smack at one level of race.
Gandhi has a special status because she's believed to be of a higher breed of some kind, you know, a very imperious way.
Okay, I just want Anna Vetica to respond to what you've said, and then I'm going to widen the debate again. Respond to what Madhu Kishwar is saying. Just a minute, ma'am. Madhu Kishwar is saying that there is a European fixation that we have, and Sonia Gandhi is a beneficiary of that. Giriraj Singh is saying what others would perhaps say in private conversations, or what she certainly would say in a private conversation.
Well, if she says it in a private conversation, I don't see why she's claiming that everybody else says it, because there are many dark-skinned leaders that we have seen in the Congress party itself. We have seen dark-skinned leaders in other political parties also. And in fact, since Ms. Kishwar has always been quick to defend the Bharatiya Janata Party on a constant basis in recent years, I'd like to point out to her that the only party, in fact, that seems to have a specific issue with Sonia Gandhi because she is a European is the Bharatiya Janata Party. Because if she was a brown-skinned Indonesian or a brown-skinned Sri Lankan, they would not have made the foreign origin issue such a major issue. They make an issue out of her being a European because to them, her race, her color and her religion are representative of the former colonizers. And it is their communalism and their racism that they do that. So tell them not to say the rest of us are like that.
You know, the fact though is Indians are color conscious. Kavita Emmanuel, you're a campaigner with the Dark is Beautiful campaign. Let's be clear, you can have that campaign, but the fact is in 2010, India's whitening cream market was worth 432 million, according to a report by AC Nielsen, was growing at 18% per year. Go through any classified advertisements, everyone wants fair-skinned women, it appears. So are we in a sense being hypocritical when we target someone like Giriraj Singh today?
The fact is that we do have skin color bias in our country, and we cannot deny that. And when people in such influential positions make that statement, it doesn't make it easy. But campaigns such as ours, we are hoping that this issue will be addressed, this issue will be taken up seriously, and the country will begin to celebrate diversity. That's
but has it changed?
We're hoping for. You know,
has
if we're saying that will dark skin ever be celebrated in our country, it's again like asking a question like, will women ever be respected in this nation? Or will the girl child ever be celebrated in this land? So
Malishka, has anything changed?
Such as this, we're hoping that dark skin will be celebrated in the
Malishka, you're a radio jockey, you work with young people. Do you believe that that there is a change in mindset among the young, or do they still do young men still like the idea of having a fair-skinned girlfriend? And in a sense, what Giriraj Singh, maybe a politician from Bihar, is representing is a wider mindset, much like Sharad Yadav may have represented that mindset a few weeks ago.
Well, sure, like Kavita just said, we do have a color skin bias, Rajdeep. We cannot say no to that. But more importantly, I think very often when these netas make these comments, I think they're just dying to be either on your show in the night or on my show in the morning. Because why else would they be constantly saying these things that get them into so much trouble? Because they know there's going to be a debate and then it's going to blow out of this world. Like some stuff that Madhuji just said. I mean, if she's right, Madhukeshwar, I'm a little blown away. Having said that, I think we don't hold politicians accountable enough even today, and that is why they are able to say these things. That is why perhaps the common man doesn't trust them as much. That is why perhaps we don't have we don't expect them to make laws that are safer for women. That is why perhaps when Deepika Padukone talks, we have more debates around that, because we probably expect her to speak more sense than our politicians will. I have frankly given up on the politicians. I sometimes feel like we should take their mics away. Because if our political leaders are constantly telling young people and impressionable people that it's okay to expect women to be fairer, lighter, slimmer, of a certain kind, why won't we see ads in the newspaper that say exactly this, that hey, I want a fair, slim, fair for sure woman to be my bride, if they think... Can
I just take that to Madhukeshwar? You know, Madhukeshwar, there is the role model. You know, you expect your ministers, you expect your politicians, even if they have to be prisoners for what you will call political correctness, to in a sense be, to change society for the better. When Giriraj Singh today makes this statement, not only has he embarrassed us diplomatically, but he's sort of pushing back people into believing that if ministers can say it, I can say it in what you say is private conversation and get away with it in this country.
Firstly, if we didn't make such a fuss about it, he wouldn't be embarrassing us diplomatically. We are sticking it in the eyes of Nigerians. We are sticking it in the eyes of others to say, please notice, we are being offensive. I think we're making a mountain out of a molehill. Secondly, as has been explained, it was a private comment. And I swear, Rajdeep, I have heard numerous senior journalists, senior intellectuals, people in the Congress party use identical words to explain the aura around Sonia Gandhi.
Okay, so
don't think he said
so you're saying Giriraj Singh is only saying what people have been saying for years.
You're making make such a diplomatic crisis out of it.
Are we making a mountain out of a molehill? Anna Vetikar, are we making a mountain out of a molehill?
Rajdeep, this is like Arun Jaitley blamed the women's movement and the media for advertising in rape in India across the world. Excuse me, it's not the media that is responsible for the rapes in our society. We reported it. Likewise, it is not the media that is responsible for Giriraj Singh's comment. We have reported it. Is she blaming us and saying we should not have reported it because it has led to a diplomatic incident? And
she's saying it's a private conversation. He's reflecting what many people actually believe secretly, and therefore he is in a sense representative of a wider opinion. That's what it seems to be.
We can absolve every single politician who has made a sexist comment because we are a nation of sexists and misogynists. The fact that there are other people who are sexist or misogynistic or racist about it does not mean that he is not. No, I'm sorry. How do you state as a fact a matter that he is stating as an opinion? And Rajdeep, just another point, which is that Sonia Gandhi, okay, this is not even a comment that was made at the time when she first was roped in to lead the Congress party. This woman has been around for a long time. What he is doing is similar to what the Goa Chief Minister has done. He has made a reductive comment about a woman professional, assess her on the basis of her performance so far. But do not trivialize her by saying, look, this is the only reason why she's over there. For the same reason as, and it is not political correctness. Political correctness means we're only doing it for form's sake. It is about the fact that the Goa Chief Minister thinks that women, what do you do when people are on strike? You tell a smart, professional, intelligent woman, look, at the end of the day, you're nothing more than your looks. You're nothing more than the color of your skin.
So don't go out in the sun.
You're a parkati mahila, you're a balkati mahila, and all of these comments, Rajdeep, some are coincidentally directed only at women.
Just a minute, Madhuji. Just a minute. Sudhanshu Mittal, it almost appears like it is Bechara Giriraj Singh. There's a section, Giriraj Singh got caught by a journalist who recorded his statement. He's so innocent. Mr. Parsekar said something behind closed doors. Why are you making a mountain out of a molehill? The fact is, the more the politicians, and I say this across party lines, the more you speak like this, the more you are setting back this country. Don't you realize that, Sudhanshu Mittal, when you suddenly say, no, please treat it as a private conversation, don't make a mountain out of a molehill?
Rajdeep,
yes.
At the very onset, I had said that these statements publicly stated would not be acceptable. So, as far as the statements, this offensiveness is concerned, I have made my position clear. However, I am again saying, like Madhu Keshwaji is saying, privately, if you listen to what people have to say, a lot of things have been said privately. Now, is it fair that a private comment made in whatever context it may have been made is to be recorded and to be blown up and then say a minister is making an irresponsible statement?
So you're saying the fact that he made it privately and it was recorded clandestinely is an excuse in a sense. Giriraj Singh is virtually being given you have an alibi for Giriraj Singh, it appears. That's the tragedy of this. But Sharmishta Mukherjee,
there is no alibi.
Sharmishta Mukherjee, the hypocrisy of the Congress. Yes, Sharmishta, the hypocrisy of the Congress party is also revealed today.
I'm absolutely appalled with Mr. Mittal's contention that just because it is a private conversation, that's why he should not be condemned. You know, there is nothing private and public in politics. You know, he has said it. It has become not only just made a very denigrating remark about not only just about Sonia ji, not only about Congress people, not only about Congress leaders.
We will put all of them in a hall of shame. No, just a minute. I am asking my producer to switch the mics when they speak over each other.
Denigrating remark about another country, about women of another country, and he has also made a very, very denigrating remark about a whole genre of dark-skinned women.
No, I'm just wondering whether the Congress... Just a minute.
You know, this is absolutely unacceptable.
To play the devil's advocate...
Nobody can just justify it. Nobody should try to justify it.
Nobody can justify it.
You know, and they are in habit of making these kind of comments
Ma'am, nobody can justify it, but I wish the Congress party also showed similar outrage when their ministers also made similar misogynistic, racist, sexist comments. I'm going to... Madhu Keshwar, and then I'll give all of you a chance to have fun.
Nobody tries to justify it. And, you know, a lot, Rajdeep, you know, I missed out a lot in this debate because the audio was not at all clear. But, you know, one thing I would like to say, something I could hear, I presume Madhu Keshwarji was saying about, you know, a lot of congressmen coming and telling her, confiding in her, that, you know, they are odd because Sonia Gandhi is European. What is she talking about? You know, that means just because she is an European, that's why she has got the honor. Firstly, she is not an European, you know, she is an Indian citizen. You know, so let me rectify her. And secondly, does she mean that nobody else, you know, all the so-called Indian, you know, Indian-born presidents of Indian National Congress, including Mrs. Indira Gandhi, they did not have any honor.
Can I just get a quick, Madhuji, just a quick, Madhuji, the quick response. Is there this, you know, it appears at the moment that you have effectively tried to exonerate Giriraj Singh by saying that what he has said is what people say privately. As an activist, don't you think that is a retrograde stand that you are taking now?
Congressmen have said it numerous times. Yes. And not as private confessions to me. This is general conversation between them, and I have overheard such comments numerous times. And I don't think the statement is inaccurate. Ask yourself, Rajdeep, after this program, take a deep breath and ask yourself whether there isn't a grain of truth in this statement.
Okay, I have now taken a deep breath. I have taken up your challenge. I have taken a deep breath, and I still believe it is a statement which he should not have been making as a minister. But I'm going to give Kavita Emanuel a final word. Just a minute, ma'am. She has handled the Dark is Beautiful campaign. Kavita, do you believe that statements like this become a setback for your campaign?
Absolutely, because somebody who's in such a position, when they make a statement that is endorsing color bias in the country, it's very disappointing. Because we're just trying to tell everybody, you know, let's address this issue, let's move on. And so when the leaders of our country, and even celebrities, I would say at this point, when they start endorsing this bias, it makes our work difficult. And And, you know, our people continue to think definitely that this toxic belief, I would say, that only fair is beautiful. And that is not what our country is about, because we are a people of 1.2 billion shades, right? And so we have to celebrate every skin shade.
Okay. Well, we hope that, I think somewhere Giriraj Singh is truly apologetic. He's also taken a deep breath that Madhu Kishwar wants me to take. And hopefully he will also realize the folly of his ways. Sharmishta Mukherjee, Sudhanshu Mittal, Madhu Kishwar, I've run completely out of time. There are many other stories also that this country needs to know beyond Giriraj Singh today on Prime Time. But I appreciate all of you joining us on our program today. My take, where do we stand? Giriraj Singh has been an embarrassment for the Modi government for a while. But why single him out? When it comes to attitudes towards women, Giriraj symbolizes the regressive attitudes of our male politicians. He may apologize today, but who knows who will have to mind his language tomorrow. And while our netas score self-goals, when will society get over its fairness obsession?